Grocery prices just posted their steepest monthly jump in 3 years, April 2026. Food at home prices up 2.9% from a year ago, a 0.7% spike in a single month. The USDA hasn't seen a 1-month jump that sharp since 2022. And that's the average. Some specific items on your grocery list aren't going up 2.9%. They're going up 20%, 40%. One category has already doubled at the commodity level, and the retail price hasn't caught up yet. When it does, and it will, most people are going to feel it and not understand why. Today, Food Scanner is putting 10 specific grocery items under the microscope. USDA data, commodity market reports, supply chain tracking. These are the items with the clearest price pressure building right now. The people who act this week are going to look back and feel smart. The people who wait are going to feel the squeeze. Number 7 on this list is the one that surprised us the most. We'll get there. Let's start scanning. Before we get into specific items, here's what the official data actually says. The USDA's Economic Research Service releases a food price outlook every month. It's not opinion, it's government commodity data, producer price index tracking, and consumer price index analysis. This is where the numbers come from. Food at home prices rose 2.9% from April 2025 to April 2026, with a 0.7% jump in a single month, the steepest since 2022. But the overall number hides what's actually happening in specific aisles. Beef up 6.3% year over year. Sugar and sweets projected up 8.1% for 2026. Non-alcoholic beverages, the category that includes coffee, projected up 5.2%. These aren't projections about some distant future. These are price movements happening right now at your store this week. Here are the 10 items where the pressure is most visible and most actionable. Number 10, canned tomatoes. This one feels almost too obvious. That's exactly why most people are going to miss it. Tomatoes are a foundation ingredient: soups, sauces, stews, pasta, chili. They sit on your shelf for 2 to 3 years without question. And right now, the price trajectory is moving sharply in one direction. Here's what's driving it. The US imports roughly 70% of its tomato supply. Mexico supplies about 90% of those imports. In July 2025, the Trump administration levied a 17% tariff on fresh tomatoes from Mexico. That tariff didn't just raise prices directly. It restructured the economics for every importer in the supply chain. Tomato prices rose nearly 40% over the past year, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. Fresh vegetable prices jumped 3.1% in a single month in early 2026. Processed tomatoes, your canned goods, are following the same direction. The USDA projects processed fruits and vegetables up 4% for 2026, and that estimate was made before the worst of the tariff impact hit retail shelves. How to store. A case of 24 standard 28-ounce cans fits on a single shelf and lasts 2 to 3 years easily. Keep them cool and dark. This is not panic buying. This is buying what you already use and buying it before the price catches up with the supply reality. Buy now. Buy a full case now. 24 cans, 1 shelf, 3 years of security at today's price. Tomatoes are a foundation. This next item is a foundation most people take completely for granted. Number 9, ground beef. Ground beef hit record highs of $6.23 per pound in September 2025. That number should have shocked people. Most didn't notice. Here's the structural problem. The U.S. cattle herd is at its smallest size in decades. You can't build a cattle herd back overnight. Cattle take years to raise. When supply tightens in this industry, it stays tight. Beef and veal prices rose 12.1% in March 2026 compared to the previous year. The USDA projects a further 6.3% increase through 2026. Some economic models put the actual number higher. Feed costs went up, labor costs went up, and the underlying herd size, the foundation of the entire supply, hasn't recovered. These are not temporary conditions. This is a multi-year structural shift in beef economics. Meanwhile, ground beef is the most versatile protein in most American kitchens. Burgers, meatballs, meat sauce, tacos, stuffed peppers. It's irreplaceable for most families. and the price is not coming back down to where it was. Smart move. Ground beef freezes perfectly for up to 4 months with no quality loss. Buy the family packs. They price per pound, better than smaller packages. Divide, wrap tightly, freeze. You're locking in today's price on something that will cost more in 3 months. Buy now. Stock 4 to 8 pounds in the freezer now. Family packs only. Wrap and freeze the same day. Beef is a protein problem. The next item is a sugar problem, and the numbers are alarming. Number 8. Sugar and chocolate. Sugar doesn't get talked about the way beef and coffee do. It should. Sugar and sweets prices are projected to increase 8.1% in 2026, the fastest rising category in the entire USDA food price outlook. Sugar prices have already risen 5.7% through 2025 and are accelerating. Two things are driving this. First, global sugar supply has been tight due to weather disruptions in major producing countries. Second, import tariffs have filtered through the supply chain in ways that aren't visible until they hit the shelf price. Chocolate is getting hit from a different direction. Cocoa crops in West Africa, which supply the majority of global cocoa, had severe production failures. Hershey's publicly warned customers about price increases. Other chocolate manufacturers followed. The tariff exemption, granted to cocoa in late 2025, slowed the bleeding, but didn't stop it. Sugar is in almost everything. Baked goods, preserves, canned goods, beverages. If you bake regularly, if you can fruit, if you make your own sauces, your sugar costs are about to climb. How to store. White granulated sugar stores indefinitely when kept bone dry and sealed. It doesn't spoil, it doesn't go bad. A 25-pound bag in an airtight container in a cool closet is money in the bank at today's price. Buy now. Buy a large bag of white sugar and seal it properly. Buy dark chocolate bars at 70% plus cocoa now before the price catches up with cocoa costs. Sugar is getting expensive. Coffee is getting catastrophic. Number 7. Coffee. This is the number that caught us off guard. And once you understand what's happening, it's going to catch you off guard too. Coffee has grown in a narrow band around the equator. The two most critical producing countries are Brazil and Vietnam. Both have experienced severe weather disruptions across multiple consecutive growing seasons. Brazil, the world's largest coffee producer, had back-to-back harvests damaged by drought and then frost. Global coffee inventories dropped to historically low levels. Green coffee bean commodity prices roughly doubled between 2023 and early 2026. Retail coffee prices are already up 20.9% year over year. In August 2025, coffee saw its biggest single-month price jump since 2011, 3.6% in 1 month. And here's the part most people don't understand. The commodity price doubled. The retail price is up 20%. That gap exists because roasters and retailers have been absorbing costs, burning through older, cheaper inventory to avoid shocking customers at the shelf. That buffer is running out. Analysts tracking the coffee market are forecasting a further 20% to 40% increase in packaged retail coffee prices in the second half of 2026. That is not a small adjustment. For a household that drinks coffee every day, that is a meaningful hit to the monthly budget. Non-alcoholic beverage prices, the USDA category that includes coffee, are projected up 5.2% for 2026. That's the government's conservative estimate. The commodity market data suggests the retail hit will be significantly larger. How to store. Whole bean coffee freezes beautifully when vacuum sealed. Quality holds for 6 to 12 months in the freezer. Buy 3 to 6 months of your normal consumption right now. Vacuum seal it in portions. Freeze what you don't need immediately. When the price spikes this fall, you'll be sitting on supply you bought at last year's prices. Buy now. Buy 3 to 6 months of whole bean coffee today. Vacuum seal in weekly portions. Freeze immediately. This is the highest return grocery purchase you can make right now. Coffee is a budget emergency, hiding in plain sight. The next item is a category most people never think about until the price is already gone. If Food Scanner is saving you money, hit subscribe right now. Every week we track what's actually happening in your grocery store so you can act before prices move. Back to the list. Number 6. Butter. Butter has become a luxury product in slow motion. Most people haven't fully registered this yet. The price of a standard pound of butter has climbed significantly over the past 2 years, and the increases are not isolated to one brand or one store. This is a category-wide shift driven by dairy economics that are complicated to explain but simple in their effect on your wallet. Milk prices went up, feed costs went up, processing and distribution costs went up. Butter absorbed more of those increases than most other dairy products because of how it's priced at the manufacturing level, and the dairy industry moves slowly. When butter prices rise, they tend to stay elevated for a long time before any meaningful relief arrives. Butter prices are sitting well above their 5-year average, with no strong signal of correction through 2026. The USDA projects dairy prices to rise faster than historical averages this year. The practical reality: if you cook, bake, or eat breakfast, butter is non-negotiable. You can't substitute your way out of this one for most households. The freezer play. Butter freezes perfectly for up to a year with zero quality loss. Keep it wrapped well and put it in a sealed freezer bag. If you have freezer space, this is one of the best items to stock right now. Buy more than you think you need. The price trend is not improving. Buy now. Buy 4 to 6 pounds of butter and freeze what you don't need this week. Wrap tightly in freezer bags. You're locking in current pricing on something heading higher. Dairy is under pressure. The next item is a protein category that's been quietly losing its bargain status. Number 5, canned fish and seafood. Canned tuna, salmon, sardines, anchovies. These aren't glamorous. For years, they've been the last real protein bargain in the grocery store. That status is eroding. Fish and seafood prices are projected to rise 4% in 2026, faster than their 20-year historical average. This follows years of quiet shrinkflation, where can sizes dropped from 6 ounces to 5 ounces before prices started rising on top of the smaller product. 3 pressures are converging. Fishing quotas tightening globally as fish stocks are managed more carefully, fuel costs for commercial fleets running high, and growing international demand pulling supply away from the U.S. market. The shrinkflation already happened. The size cuts were the first wave. The price increases on those smaller sizes are the second wave, and that second wave is arriving now. A can of albacore tuna at $1.50 to $2 still delivers 25 to 30 grams of complete protein. Even at elevated prices, canned seafood remains one of the best protein values available. But the window where it's genuinely cheap is closing. What to stock? Buy what you'll actually use. Tuna for sandwiches and salads, salmon for patties and pasta, sardines if your family eats them. They're an exceptional source of omega-3s. A 12 to 24 can supply rotates easily and lasts 2 to 4 years. Buy now. Stock 12 to 24 cans of your most used canned fish varieties. Rotate stock by date. Do this before the next price adjustment hits retail. Protein is getting expensive across the board. The next item is the most price-pressured staple grain in America right now. Number 4, dry pasta. Pasta has always been the budget cook's safety net. That assumption is about to get tested in a way most households aren't prepared for. Global wheat prices have been volatile for 3 consecutive years. A lot of that volatility has been absorbed by manufacturers and retailers who are trying not to trigger a visible price shock. But there's only so long they can hold that line. National brands have already started what the industry calls price normalization, a polite phrase that means they raised prices and are now watching how much consumers will tolerate before switching to store brands. Store brands are following with their own quiet adjustments. The pattern is clear across Walmart, Target, and regional grocery chains. Standard 1-pound boxes of spaghetti and penne are up meaningfully across major retailers over the past 6 months. The increases look small per box. For a family using pasta twice a week, they add up to real money over a year. Here's the storage reality that makes this a no-brainer purchase right now. Dry pasta stored properly has essentially indefinite shelf life. It doesn't spoil, it doesn't go rancid, it just sits there waiting to save you money. How to store? Move it out of the cardboard box immediately. Humidity and pests get in. Airtight containers or vacuum-sealed bags. Cool, dark pantry shelf. 20 pounds of assorted pasta shapes in sealed containers takes up minimal space and gives you years of security. Buy now. Buy 15 to 20 pounds of pasta in assorted shapes. Seal in airtight containers or vacuum bags. You're buying an indefinite shelf-life food at prices that are about to normalize upward. Pasta is the comfort staple. The next item is the world's most important staple crop, and the price signals are not reassuring. Number 3. White rice. Rice feeds more people on Earth than any other single crop. Billions of people eat it every day. That global demand creates pricing dynamics that reach American grocery shelves, even though Americans are not heavy rice consumers compared to Asia. Here's what's been happening. Major rice exporting countries have placed export restrictions or levies on their rice to protect domestic food security. India, the world's largest rice exporter, implemented restrictions in 2023 that rippled through global markets. Those restrictions didn't fully lift. The tightness in global supply hasn't resolved. Rice prices spiked sharply in 2023 and 2024. Prices settled at a new elevated baseline that is meaningfully higher than pre-spike levels. With continued supply chain uncertainty, there is no strong signal of a meaningful pullback in 2026. For most American households, rice is a background staple, something that's always there. That invisibility means most people haven't noticed that the price they're paying today is structurally higher than it was 3 years ago, and it's not coming back. How to store white rice over brown rice for long-term storage. Brown rice has oils in the bran layer that go rancid. White rice stores essentially indefinitely in airtight containers or food-grade buckets with sealed lids. 20-pound bags still represent the best value per pound. A couple of large bags now is not dramatic, it's just smart arithmetic. Buy now. Buy 2 20-pound bags of white rice. Seal in food-grade buckets or airtight containers. Store cool and dark. This is months of staple food security at today's price. Rice is the global staple. The next item hits closer to home for most American families. Number 2. Cooking oils. The cooking oil category has been quietly chaotic for 2 years, and most consumers have no idea. Vegetable oil, canola, olive oil, sunflower oil. They're all connected to global agricultural systems that have experienced repeated disruptions, and the effects are stacking. The olive oil situation has been dramatic and well documented. Poor harvests across Spain, Italy, and Greece pushed prices to levels that shocked even regular buyers, prices that many shoppers still haven't fully accepted as the new normal. What's less discussed is the cascade effect. As buyers shifted away from expensive olive oil to canola and vegetable oil substitutes, those categories absorbed demand pressure they weren't designed to handle. Cooking oil as a category is sitting at elevated price levels with little signal of meaningful relief before late 2026 at the earliest. The harvest cycles that could bring prices down are still months away. Sunflower oil adds another layer. Ukraine is one of the world's largest sunflower oil producers. The ongoing conflict has disrupted supply chains that haven't fully recovered. When one oil category gets squeezed, buyers flow into substitutes, and those substitutes get squeezed next. Storage rules. Oils do go rancid, so don't overbuy. 1 to 2 large containers, the gallon jugs, ahead of your normal consumption, is the smart move. Keep them in a cool, dark location away from the stove. Properly stored, most oils last 1 to 2 years without quality loss. Buy now. Buy 1 to 2 gallon containers of your preferred cooking oil now. Cool, dark storage. Don't overbuy. Oils have real shelf limits. But buying ahead of summer pricing is sound household economics. Oils are a cooking budget issue. What's coming at number 1 is a food budget emergency for every family with young children. Number 1, baby formula and specialty nutrition products. This is the item that surprised us most, and it's the one with the least margin for error. You would think that infant formula, the most essential nutrition product in a grocery store, would be the most protected, the most stable, the most reliably available category on the shelf. The crisis of 2022 should have been a one-time shock that the industry fixed permanently. It wasn't. Not fully. The market remains dominated by a very small number of manufacturers. Abbott Nutrition and Mead Johnson control the overwhelming majority of U.S. formula production between them. A disruption at any single facility creates a shortage that cascades across multiple states. That structural vulnerability was not resolved by the 2022 crisis. It was managed, and managing it is not the same as fixing it. In early 2026, the situation added a new pressure. Import tariff changes are affecting specialty formulas, particularly European brands and hypoallergenic options that parents rely on when standard formulas cause reactions. These are not interchangeable products. A parent whose infant requires a specific hypoallergenic formula cannot simply switch to a different brand when that formula becomes unavailable or unaffordable. Specialty formula prices have risen significantly since 2022 and have not returned to pre-crisis levels. With tariff uncertainty affecting European imports in 2026, availability of specialty and premium formulas is under new pressure. Retail category managers at grocery chains, the people who watch inventory data professionally, identify specialty formula as their most nervously monitored section, not because of a current crisis, because they know exactly how fast it can turn. The only rule that matters: if you have an infant or toddler on formula or specialized nutrition products, this is not a just-in-time purchase. Build a rotation. Keep 2 to 3 months of supply on hand at all times. Check expiration dates and rotate stock. Buy the brand your child tolerates before you need it urgently. For most families, formula is not negotiable. You cannot substitute when prices spike or shelves empty. That makes buying ahead more important than almost any other item on this list, not less. Buy now. If you have an infant on formula, build a 2 to 3 month rotation immediately. Buy the brand your child uses before you need it. This is the highest stakes purchase on this entire list. Don't treat it as a just-in-time item. 10 items, one pattern behind all of them. Supply pressure, whether it's a cattle herd that takes years to rebuild, coffee crops damaged by back-to-back weather disasters, tariffs restructuring import economics, or formula, markets still vulnerable after 2022. The causes are different, but the outcome is the same. Less supply, more demand, higher prices at your grocery store. The retailers know this. The manufacturers know this. The USDA data shows this. What most everyday shoppers don't know is the timing, which categories are moving fastest, and when the retail price finally catches up with the commodity reality. Now you know. You have the specific items. You have the storage guidance. You have the data behind the decisions. Next video, Food Scanner scans the grocery store aisle by aisle and shows you which brands to pick up and which ones to put straight back on the shelf. Subscribe so you don't miss it.